You won't believe these deals. Sounds crazy, right? 100 grand barely gets you a decent parking spot in some US cities, but overseas, that same budget can land you a luxury home. Yes, a real one, with ocean views, private pools, and marble floors so shiny they make your grandma's best china look dull. Black expats and investors are cashing in on these opportunities, snapping up properties that would cost millions elsewhere. Whether it's a sleek city condo, a beachfront retreat, or a countryside escape, these 10 black-friendly countries, where you can buy luxury homes for under $100,000, are turning heads. And no, we're not talking about fixer-uppers that require a miracle and $1 million renovation. These are move-in-ready homes in stunning locations. The global real estate market is evolving, and these destinations are still offering affordable luxury, while they can. But where exactly are these hidden gems? Stick around, because you won't believe which countries made the list. Hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on overseas real estate investment, international property, and luxury homes abroad. Let's dive in. Number 10. Tunisia. $100,000 for a Mediterranean villa in this economy? Sounds like a scam, right? But no. Tunisia is offering luxury homes at prices that'll make you rethink your entire life plan. You could be stuck in traffic back home, or you could be sipping mint tea on the terrace of your own Mediterranean-style villa in Hammamet or Sousse, staring at the sea like some oil tycoon. Let's be honest, when people think of luxury real estate, they usually picture France or Italy. But Tunisia, this North African gem, is playing the long game. It's offering whitewashed seaside homes, rich in charm and year-round sunshine, without the European price tag. While your friends are bragging about their overpriced apartments in New York or LA, you could own a full-fledged villa in Tunisia for less than a down payment on a shoebox in those cities. Tunisia isn't just a place, it's a vibe. The cost of living is shockingly low, meaning you can enjoy fresh seafood, vibrant local markets, and beachside cafes without checking your bank account every 5 minutes. And the culture? A perfect fusion of African warmth and Arab elegance, where hospitality is a way of life. Think Morocco meets Italy, but without the tourist traps and overpriced espressos. And let's talk about climate. Tunisia enjoys 300 days of sunshine a year. That means while your friends back home are shoveling snow, you'll be deciding whether to hit the beach or relax in a hammam. Tough life, huh? Here's the kicker. Tunisia's real estate market is still undervalued. So you're not just buying a home, you're making a smart investment before prices catch up to reality. Plus, Tunisia is one of the most stable and developed countries in Africa. Infrastructure? Solid. Healthcare? Reliable. Internet? Fast enough to flex your new home on social media. Sure, no place is perfect. Tunisia has some bureaucracy to navigate when buying property, especially if you're not a resident. But guess what? That's nothing a good lawyer can't handle. And honestly, a little paperwork is a small price to pay for Mediterranean luxury at a fraction of the cost. So, are you ready to trade stress for sunsets? Number 9. The Philippines. $100,000 in the US might get you a rundown studio apartment with a charming view of a brick wall. But in the Philippines, that same budget lands you a beachfront condo in Cebu, a sleek high-rise in Manila, or a modern apartment in Davao City with a balcony overlooking paradise. That's right. You could be waking up to ocean breezes and sipping fresh mango juice on your private terrace, all while your friends back home are stuck in traffic, debating whether they can afford avocado toast this week. Now, before you start packing your bags, here's the deal. Foreigners can't own land in the Philippines. But don't panic. You can own a condo outright, as long as the building is at least 60% Filipino-owned. So no, you won't be buying a rice farm or a private island anytime soon. But let's be real, a luxury condo with resort-style amenities sounds a lot better than maintaining a giant lawn, doesn't it? The Philippines is a dream for black expats who want to stretch their dollars without sacrificing comfort. The cost of living? Ridiculously low. A 3-course meal in a nice restaurant costs less than a Starbucks order back home, Rent? About 80% cheaper than in the US. That means you can live like royalty, without American bills chasing you down. But let's talk about the real reason people fall in love with the Philippines. The vibes. The people here? Some of the friendliest you'll ever meet. The beaches? Straight up screensaver material. The culture? A beautiful blend of Spanish, Malay, and American influences, making it both familiar and exotic. And if you like warm weather, congratulations, you just signed up for year-round summer. Here's what makes it even better. The real estate market in the Philippines is still affordable, but prices are rising fast. As more expats and investors catch on, that $100,000 deal today might be $150,000 next year. So unless you enjoy paying more for the same thing later, now's the time to jump in. The real question is, would you trade cold winters and high rent for beachfront sunsets and $3 dinners? Number 8. South Africa. Ever looked at a luxury home online and thought, who on earth can afford this? Well, plot twist, you can. And no, I'm not talking about moving into your cousin's guest room rent-free. I'm talking about owning a full-fledged modern home in South Africa, gated community, security, and all, for what you'd pay for a used Honda in the US. South Africa boasts some of the most stunning real estate on the planet. And thanks to the favorable exchange rate, your dollars go a long way here. That $100,000 budget? It can get you a modern home in Johannesburg, a chic apartment in Cape Town, or a spacious property in Durban. We're talking about the kind of homes you see in real estate ads, where people casually sip coffee on oversized balconies like they don't have a care in the world. And let's talk gated communities. In the US, those are reserved for the ultra-rich and reality TV stars dodging paparazzi. But in South Africa, they're a standard option, complete with 24/7 security, beautifully landscaped streets, and homes that make you feel like you finally made it, all without selling a kidney. Why is South Africa such a steal? The exchange rate is working in your favor. As of now, $1 is worth nearly 19 South African rand. That means your money stretches like it's been doing yoga for years. While folks in the US are struggling to buy groceries, you're out here buying a whole house, with extra change for furniture, renovations, and maybe even a housewarming party. Now, let's talk lifestyle. Johannesburg is the financial powerhouse, big city energy, skyscrapers, and a nightlife scene that refuses to sleep. Cape Town is straight-up postcard material, beaches, mountains, and restaurants so fancy you'll forget you're only spending $10 on a meal. Durban offers tropical vibes, warm beaches, and a huge Indian and African cultural influence that makes its food scene absolutely legendary. And before you ask, yes, South Africa has a large black population, about 80% of the country, in fact. So if you've been looking for a place where you feel like you belong, this might just be it. Of course, no place is perfect. South Africa has had its challenges with crime. That's why gated communities are such a big deal, not just for safety, but for that extra peace of mind. So here's the million-rand question. Would you trade in your overpriced US rent for a luxury home in sunny South Africa? Number 7. Dominican Republic. Picture this. You wake up to crystal clear waters, palm trees swaying in the breeze, and a beachfront villa that looks like something straight off a postcard. Sounds like the kind of luxury reserved for billionaires, right? Wrong. In the Dominican Republic, this could be your life, for the price of a glorified shoebox in New York or LA. Let's talk locations. Punta Cana, the hotspot where influencers and spring breakers go to flex on Instagram. Yeah, you can actually own property there. Not just visit for the weekend and leave broke. Then there's Sosua, where the beaches are golden and the nightlife never sleeps. And don't forget Puerto Plata, a hidden gem offering Caribbean beauty without the tourist crowds. These aren't just vacation spots. These are places you can actually call home. And here's the best part, property taxes are practically non-existent. You'll pay around 1% annually on properties over $150,000. So if you snag a $100,000 home, your tax bill will be so low it might bring a tear to your eye. Compare that to what you'd pay in the US, and suddenly, you realize Uncle Sam has been robbing you blind. But let's be real, owning a home in the Caribbean isn't just about affordability. It's about lifestyle. You get year-round warm weather, beaches at your doorstep, and fresh seafood that doesn't cost a small fortune. Imagine trading in your daily stress for sunsets and mojitos on your private balcony. No shady deals. Just straight up ownership. Want to own land? You'll need a Thai business, a business partner, or a lease agreement, which some people do. But a condo is the simplest way to go. And honestly, do you really need an entire plot of land when you're just steps away from a private beach, an infinity pool, and all the pad thai you could ever dream of? Thailand isn't just affordable, it's ridiculously affordable. We're talking about $2nd Street food meals that taste better than anything you've had back home, cheap luxury massages, and healthcare so good that people actually fly in just to get treated here. And let's not forget, Thailand is one of the most welcoming countries for black expats. The locals are friendly, the vibe is laid back, and if you enjoy warm weather, congratulations. You'll never have to deal with winter again. So, what's stopping you? Are you staying in a high-cost city just for the privilege of paying too much rent? Or are you ready to swap that life for one filled with sunsets, street markets, and high-rise living, for a fraction of the cost? Number 2. Colombia. Rent in the US is so high that people are paying thousands just to live in a shoebox. Meanwhile, Colombia is handing out colonial mansions and beachfront properties for the price of a used car. Yes, you heard that right, for $100,000 you could be living in Cartagena, Medellin, or Cali, surrounded by history, culture, and views that look like they're straight out of a movie. Cartagena is pure magic, a city where cobblestone streets meet Caribbean beaches, and the buildings look like they've been dipped in gold at sunset. Here, you can own a colonial-style home with high ceilings, Spanish architecture, and a courtyard so beautiful it belongs on a postcard. The best part? You're steps away from the ocean, fresh seafood, and some of the most vibrant nightlife in South America. Over in Medellin, the city of eternal spring, you get perfect weather year-round, modern condos with mountain views, and a lifestyle so affordable that dinner and drinks might cost less than a coffee back home. Meanwhile, Cali, the salsa capital of the world, is full of energy, music, and a growing real estate market where you can get a luxury home for a fraction of US prices. Colombia isn't just beautiful, it's welcoming. With one of the largest Afro-Latin populations in the world, it's a place where black expats truly feel at home. Towns like San Basilio de Palenque, the first free black town in the Americas, show just how deep the history runs here. Plus, let's be honest, Colombians love black culture. The food, the music, the style, it all blends seamlessly into their way of life. Walk through any major city and you'll see black-owned businesses, Afro-Colombian festivals, and a level of appreciation that feels refreshing compared to certain places. Cough looking at you. US Colombia is vibrant, affordable, and welcoming. So, why are you still overpaying for rent back home? Would you trade in high costs and cold winters for tropical breezes and historic charm? Number 1. Turkey. Let's be real. How many times have you looked at home prices in the US and thought, yeah, I'll just live in my car instead? Meanwhile, over in Turkey, that same money can land you a modern villa, a penthouse with city views, or a seaside retreat in places like Istanbul, Antalya, or Izmir. That's right. You could be sipping Turkish tea on a private balcony overlooking the Bosphorus while folks back home are still trying to outbid each other on a rundown apartment with no parking. Istanbul is where history, culture, and real estate dreams collide. This city is a stunning blend of ancient wonders and modern luxury. And believe it or not, $100,000 can get you a stylish penthouse or a spacious apartment in a thriving neighborhood. Maybe Antalya is more your vibe. A coastal paradise on the Mediterranean where palm trees, crystal clear beaches, and luxury condos come standard. The expat community here is growing fast, and why wouldn't it? The cost of living is low, the seafood is fresh, and you're basically living inside a postcard. Then there's Izmir, a city with a laid-back atmosphere, stunning sea views, and a real estate market that's still flying under the radar. Want a villa near the Aegean? You can have it for less than what some people in the US pay to remodel a bathroom. Unlike some countries that make foreigners jump through bureaucratic hoops, Turkey wants you to invest. You don't need a local partner, a complicated lease agreement, or a secret handshake to own property here. Just show up with your cash, sign the paperwork, and boom, you're a homeowner. And for those thinking long-term, buying real estate in Turkey can even get you a residence permit. That means you're not just investing in a house. You're investing in the freedom to live abroad without worrying about visa runs or government headaches. Turkey isn't just handing out cheap real estate, it's giving you a 5-star lifestyle at a 2-star price. The cost of living? Shockingly low. Your grocery bill will have you wondering if the cashier made a mistake. A meal at a nice restaurant? Less than a fast food combo in the US, and if you're into shopping, Turkish markets will make you feel like a bargaining pro in no time. At this point, you have to ask yourself, do you want to keep overpaying for rent back home? Or do you want to own a luxury home in one of the most beautiful, culturally rich countries in the world? Drop a comment and let me know, would you make the move to Turkey? And if you loved this list, hit that like button and subscribe, because we've got even more hidden real estate gems coming your way. Until next time, happy house hunting.